Welcome back, you guys. I'm in the FC. This is Blue Lions TV, and today I'm here to bring you guys a pretty exciting news daily video. Now, earlier on, just a few hours ago, some news came out surrounding a certain Mr. Kai Havertz. It was released by Matt Law, and it seems pretty substantial and pretty interesting. Not only that, but one of Havertz's teammates released some tantalizing information surrounding Havertz, and you guys definitely want to hear what this is. So things are looking quite promising, you guys. I'll be speaking about the latest surrounding Kepa, and to end things, I'll be speaking about Hoffenheim's under 17-year-old winger Nick Breitenbücher and why we could be fighting off Liverpool to bring him to Stamford Bridge. So you guys, this is going to be a big news daily video. I hope you enjoy. If you like today's video, show your support, smash that like button. I want to get over 3,000 likes for today's video. Without wasting any more time, we get straight into the first story, and I think it's best to start with this Kai Havertz news. Now, I'm going to break things down, starting with Matt Law's report first, before moving on to Havertz's teammate to hear what he had to say. Now, Matt Law did release this news just not too long ago, like a few hours ago, and he's reporting that we are looking to make even bigger progress once Leverkusen play their final game, which is a cup final against Bayern Munich. So once that game is over, we are going all out to try and sign Kai Havertz. Matt Law reports that currently Kai is the #1 priority this club is focusing on. We are doing everything we can to bring Havertz to this club. And even though we understand that we do need to prioritize and sign a centre back, right now, Kai is Mr. #1. So this news is pretty exciting. It's what I want to hear. I think with a player like Kai, how often do players of his caliber and his dimension become available in a market? Players like Kai aren't constantly moving to different clubs over the course of their careers. Most likely they'll play for a maximum of 2 to 3 clubs, so it's imperative that you prioritize your focus to do everything you can to sign Kai Havertz. Right now, Leverkusen are still hoping that their 90 million valuation will be met. However, Matt Law does report that we are looking to sign Kai for less than Leverkusen's current valuation. So if I was to make my own personal educated guess based on older reports, I probably imagine that we pay between 70 to 75 million to try and sign Kai. At this point in time, Bayern Munich have just signed Sane. They're prioritizing signing a right back next, and they're hoping that Kai will take their offer, stay one more season at Leverkusen, and then sign for Munich in the following season. Not only that, Real Madrid are still showing interest. However, their interest is not as concrete as ours. They have not made the same steps or the same progress that we have. So news could suggest that we might be leading the race to sign Kai. I think now is the perfect time to mention what Kai's teammate said in regards to Kai's future. Now, this teammate in particular is Wendell, the Brazilian left back playing for Leverkusen, and he was interviewed by Yellow and Green Football. It was a pretty insightful interview. It spoke about a range of things, like how the season's going, working under Peter Bosz, so many things as well, until things naturally moved to Kai Havertz. And here's exactly what Wendell had to say. Psychologically, the Germans are very focused people too. They are very concentrated on what they want. If he goes to the Premier League, he will learn a lot. I think Kai dreams of playing there. He has that desire, and I think he decides to play in England, he will be a success. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when I'm hearing things like this, it's only getting me more excited. This can only imply that we're going to have a natural advantage because Kai has obviously thought about playing in the Premier League, and that's something he's discussed with his very own teammates. I just think that this gives us even more advantages right now. We have the Premier League, we have a certain style of football to offer Kai that does complement his game, that does complement how he plays too, and I think can take him to even higher heights. And of course, we can't forget his German teammates in Timo Werner and Rudiger. So I just feel like when you combine all these elements and these factors, it does start to paint a narrative that maybe we could have a real possibility to sign Kai Havertz, bring him here, and I feel like this confidence must be felt by the club too, because otherwise, why are they making such hard efforts to sign Kai? Why are they being so aggressive? Why are they trying to lead the race to sign him? As I'm constantly saying, I'm getting them similar vibes when we signed Hazard all those years back then. We had so much competition for his signature. Everyone assumed that we wouldn't have a chance to sign him. He was constantly getting reports and links that there were constant reports suggesting that he signed for Man City or Man United, only to sign for us right at the end. Hearing that playing in the Premier League is a big ambition for Kai is forever promising. Of course, there's no other way to take that. If that gives us the advantage to sign him, happy days. I'm feeling optimistic. I'm feeling confident, and you guys in the comment section below, How are you feeling about today's news? Do you feel like we can sign Kai? Do you think that we can actually do this business? It's not a fantasy, it's a real deal. Let me know below. We now move on to the second story, and it does continue on from the report released by Matt Law on the Telegraph. Now, I'm going to be speaking about Kepa, and there seems to be some big news surrounding the possible future of Kepa's. We know recently against West Ham, this was another game in which Kepa just didn't live up to his promise. He wasn't that great, he didn't inspire the defense, he didn't inspire the team, and there was generally no confidence in his game. Well, it seems like potentially this could have been the straw that broke the camel's back, and Lampard is now telling the club that he wants to sign a new goalkeeper for this current window. Lampard is considering allowing Kepa to leave on loan, and the club understand that yes, we have spent 72 million. We paid a world record fee to bring Kepa to this club. They understand that if they let him go, they'll have to just take the L and take the loss financially. At this point in time, Kepa is earning between 200,000 to 150,000 per week, and he currently has interest from La Liga clubs in Valencia and Sevilla. However, at his current wages, on a possible loan, there is no way that clubs like Sevilla and Valencia are going to spend the entirety of Kepa's wages. So Matt Law is reporting that we are considering paying a percentage of those wages to allow Kepa to leave on loan. So I guess things depend on how much wages we actually subsidize. Now, I can imagine that Kepa isn't going to attract the very best clubs and very best teams in Europe. I'm sure that all the club scouts and their coaches, they're all familiar with Kepa and his weaknesses, and I can imagine that he's not a very attractive proposition for big teams. It means that realistically our best bet in selling the player is if he signs for your Valencias or your Sevillas. I'm hoping that maybe a Chinese club might come through and make a big offer, but I don't think that's going to happen. And at least if Kepa does perform on loan for one of those middling clubs, hopefully that can at least restore some value back in the player, and hopefully in the long term it could make it easier to sell him on and obviously profit on the player. So let's see what happens in those aspects. The article was pretty interesting. It does imply that Lampard and Petr Cech are going to work together again, because we know their relationship has been beautiful. I'm liking that bromance between them. They work together to sign Ziyech and Werner. You get that impression that whenever these guys work together, they make things happen. Taking in this news, I feel like maybe this is the most realistic outcome when it comes to actually allowing Kepa to leave the club. I can't imagine us really getting much money for him, and our best bet at this point in time is to hope for a good loan offer and to hope that we don't have to subsidize too much of the player's wages. That's the end of the report, you guys, and to leave you with a parting question, hopefully in the comment section you interact to let me know, but who would be the number one goalkeeper you would sign if Kepa does eventually leave? Make sure you let me know. In the market right now, there's so many good goalkeepers. My dream goalkeeper myself would be Oblak. If we had the audacity to pull that off, I just think we are set for 10 years. We are set for a long time. With a goalkeeper like that, you can start to challenge for titles and European trophies, and I feel like he would just improve the defense tenfold. I also like the idea of guys like your Unai Simons, your Onanas, your Strakoschas, and even your Predovic or Rakovic from Reims in France as well. So there are options out there, there are keepers available, and let's see what happens during the summer, you guys. But anyway, we now move on to the third and final story today, and it's time to speak about this young German winger that's starting to do the rounds in the press right now. Now, after we lost out on Mandy Collins, it seems like we haven't been deterred from exploring the German market. Reports are suggesting that us and Liverpool are currently battling it out to sign Hoffenheim's under 17-year-old winger Nick Breitenbücher, who is just absolutely doing bits in the German youth leagues right now. His current stats and form shows that in 16 games, he scored 13 goals and got 3 assists. He's a winger that has a very good low center of gravity. He has a very powerful and accurate shot on him as well. And of course, he has the versatility where he can play down the left-hand side, cutting in, and playing on the right-hand side as well. So he seems to be a talent. He seems like a pretty interesting player. And it's actually interesting news because earlier today, the new scholars were announced by the club. We have some big talents in this year group, you guys, some big talents. I might do a future video just going through a few of the ones to look out for, a few of the guys that have talent, and it really does seem like we are investing big in this particular age group. We've signed some big Scandinavian talent already, and we're constantly getting linked with improving those ranks too. Breitenbücher's contract does expire in 2022, so there's a possibility that Hoffenheim could potentially cash in the player and make some money from him. So we'll see what happens in this area, you guys. I like the type of players we're going for, the profile we're going for, and it's exciting to look at the new squads that have just come through, because you can imagine with this new environment at the club, there's a big possibility that some of these young guys could one day be future first team players. Anyway, you guys, that is going to be me for the day. I hope you guys enjoyed. We had some tantalizing, interesting news today. Things are looking promising. I do have some more news for you guys for tomorrow, so make sure you stay tuned for that too. And on that note, I'm going to wrap things up and keep things moving. I'm in the FC. This is Blue Line CV. I'll catch you guys later with some more videos.